going to do the properties. Okay. Till now we have done what are solids, what are liquids, but from today we are going to start another topic of our chapter number 4 matter, that is the properties of solids, liquids and gases, which we'll be doing it later on through the activity. Okay. Now, why the properties are important? Because the properties will tell why we call one thing, one matter as a solid or a liquid or a gas. So the first property is rigid or firm. Rigid or firm means hard. Now this is a solid. I'm taking a mobile in my hand. Mobile is a solid. Even if I'm pressing it, it's hard. So this is called, the solids are rigid. Rigid means they are firm, they are hard. Liquids, they are not rigid because this is the liquid. A water bottle is there, and in the water bottle, water is there. If I'm moving, so the water moves. Same goes for the gas. Gas is also, I'm having a straw, I'm blowing out the gas, and when I'm blowing out the gas, so it will spread all over. So the first property is whether they are rigid. Yes, solids are hard, liquids are not rigid, gas are not rigid. Now comes the shape. A solid has a fixed shape. It can be a circular, a sphere, a cylindrical, a cuboid or a cube. This is a cuboid. A spherical, we can say, a cylindrical, a spherical also. This is also a shape. So all the solids, they have their fixed shape. Liquids, they do not have a fixed shape. And because of this property that they do not have a fixed shape, they take the shape of a container in which we pour. See, I'm having a water bottle. Now this is a water bottle of this size. Now if I pour the water into this small bottle, it will take the shape of this bottle. Why? Because the shape of the liquid is not fixed. And the liquids, they take the shape of the container. Now if I pour this water into this lid, so the water will take the shape of this lid. And these things are happening because the shape of the water or any liquid is not fixed. Same goes for the gas also. Now gas, see, I'm having a balloon, you also are having a balloon. Now if you'll blow the balloon, now so what is happening? It has taken this shape. And this all is because the gases, they do not have a fixed shape. Now comes the volume. Yes, in solids, the volume is fixed. This is just 100 ml bottle if I'm saying. So whatever you are going to put it into this, a liquid, it is fixed. Same goes for a solid. When we say, okay, it is 500 grams, it is 100 grams, so the volume is fixed. In gases, the volume is not fixed. Now the next comes the compressibility. Compressibility means pressing it. The ability of pressing anything and see whether that thing can be pressed. This is a solid. Even I'm pressing it, the shape is the same. It is not getting compressed. Same goes for the liquid. I'm pressing this. So the shape of the liquid is the same only. Yes, gases can be compressed. Now it here. Once we will fill the air into the balloon. If I press it, the gas gets released out. Clear? Is it clear till here? We are doing this property compressibility, that they cannot change. Yes, because of this property compressibility, the shape of the solids is fixed. Yes, but the shape of the solid can be changed when we put pressure on it, when we put the force on it. If this is a glass bottle, this is your mobile, and if you throw it down with a force, the crack will appear, it will break down. So the shape of the solids or the liquids can change when we apply the force onto it or we apply the heat. If you remember, we have done that activity. I've shown you that simulation. When I was giving the heat, the molecules were changing. When we were giving it the coolness, again, it was changing, changing the molecules. Okay, now these are the molecules. Here is the pressure pump. See, this is a pressure pump. Here is the pressure pump with the clock. Now it is showing 0 and the needle is at the 0 point. That means no pressure we are applying. This is a thermometer showing when the heat is applied, what happens. But first we will do what happens when we apply the pressure. Now you can see this green arrow. What it is showing? That put the pressure onto it. And you will watch, everyone will watch on the needle, and I will ask what was the reading when I have applied the force on these to break it. The lid is going down because it is applying the pressure. Nothing is happening. I have to apply more force because these are the molecules of solids. We cannot break the molecules of solid unless and until we apply lots and lots of force. Now reading, see, it's still at 0. It's still at 0. As soon as I will touch these, the reading will start moving. I'm applying. It is now 18, 19, 20, it's moving. That means the molecules are breaking down. Now, if I'll apply more force, full force, so this happens in case of solids. This is a solid, but if I'll throw it down or I'll apply the force onto it, what will happen? It will break. So by applying the force, more force on the solids can change their shape. Now let's take the example of oxygen, the gas. Again, you will see the reading. Again, it will happen like that only. When we will apply the force, as soon as we apply the force, oxygen is a gas. With little force, the molecules will start moving. So it's just 30, 31, 40, 48, 50 only, the molecules started breaking down. Now again, full force. The gas molecules have split into many. Now comes your liquid, which is water. These are the molecules of liquids. You can see the black space in between. This shows that they have the space to move. By applying the force, molecules changing, changing, changing. And you should have seen the reading in the temperature also. When, again, see what happens in water. Better see the reading of the thermometer also. That means when the reading goes down, it increases. Here it's written 146 K. K means Kelvin. Now when the water molecules will break means become the steam. Wait, beta. See, going down, 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 down. Now the temperature reading is showing 158, means the water is boiling. Getting down, more down to 330, 360, 442. Water molecules are jumping. They have started becoming the steam. They are boiling, jumping. Now see, completely blown out. Take your empty bottle. 1/4 of your bottle should be filled with the vinegar. You will take the empty bottle. In that 1/4 of your bottle, you are going to put the vinegar. Clear? Now keep this bottle with the vinegar on side. Now from this paper cone, take your baking soda and put the baking soda, at least 2-3 spoons of baking soda, 2-3 spoons of baking soda into this. Allow the baking soda to go into the balloon. You have to be careful. This balloon in your hand, this bottle with the vinegar in your another hand, and now what you have to do it, this end of the balloon, you are going on the rim of the bottle. Like this. Carefully just see that now the balloon is in this position. Balloon is getting inflated. Very good. Very good. This inflating the balloon using vinegar and baking soda shows that with one experiment we have done the properties of solids, liquid and gas. Our bottle is a solid. Baking soda is also a form of solid. It is an example of solid. Yes. In it, what we have filled it? We have filled the liquid, which is your vinegar. And when we have put that baking soda into it, it has converted that liquid into a gas, which has made our balloon to inflate. Clear?